Mindset topic of the day. There's different mental muscles. Okay, we all know there's different physical muscles in our body. And we're all strong in some areas, we're all weak in some other areas, or very least relatively weak in other areas. And we know that we're only as strong as our weakest link. So the analogy I always give is deadlifting. If my hamstrings can lift 520 pounds, if my lower back can lift 500 pounds, and if my grip can only lift 480, what's my max deadlift going to be? 480. Until I catch my grip up with my lower back and my hamstrings. So you're only strong as your weakest link. Okay, that's true for our bodies. It's easy to see with our bodies. Sometimes you could just look at someone and say, man, their legs are really strong. That person's arms are really strong. They have big shoulders. They have strong shoulders, right? It's easy to see a little bit with our body. It's also easy to see with our technique in whatever sport that we play. You could see this athlete is very good in this particular area, with this particular move, with this particular technique. This athlete's really strong with that technique, but the athlete is really weak in that skill, right? Same thing with anything in school. We could see if someone's a strong reader, if someone's strong with math, but it's harder to see someone's mental skills. It's harder to see the mental muscles. So with Winning Mindset, the first lesson that we do with our athletes is we have them go through an individual mindset checklist. So we break mindset down into 8 different mental muscles: goal setting, mental toughness, motivation, present moment, relaxing under pressure, confidence, clarity, and aggressiveness. Now I get it, they are a little bit arbitrary. There is overlap in between the two, and that's not a gospel message that there are guaranteed, proven 8 different mental muscles. We break it down for simplicity. We got to do something to make it a little bit easier and a little bit more manageable. So we break it down into those 8 different mental muscles, and we have a questionnaire. We fill it with that checklist. We have 3 questions on each one of those different mental muscles, and we assess how strong and how weak you are in each one of those areas. Then after we go through that mindset checklist, and the idea there is to be as honest and open as possible. Like really dig down deep, be brutally honest with yourself, answering those yes or no questions. We make them yes and no to make it very easy. And we have a section for notes. So anything that comes to mind while we ask those questions, you write that in the notes section. Then once we see your answers for the mindset checklist, then we make a priority order. Okay, a priority order from least, what you need, in other words, what you need most, to what you need least. Okay, and that's how we take our athletes through the mindset program. So we have a 10-part series, 10 workshops in a row on self-knowledge. All knowledge begins with self-knowledge. You need to understand yourself first. After you do that, then you move through your priority order. So if the biggest thing you needed was confidence, and it was determined from that mindset checklist that confidence was your biggest struggle, that would be the first topic that you would go through. You'd move through all of the confidence worksheets, all the confidence exercises, and then we'd see what do you need second most. Okay, let's say it's being in the present moment. Often you're thinking too much about the mistake you just made, or you're thinking too much about the future, about wins and losses. You need to stay in the present moment. If that's what you need second, if that was determined to be your second biggest need, that's going to be the second lesson that you go through, all of present moment. And then you go right down through the 8 different mental muscles. So what you see about that is, for anyone who does the mindset program, everyone is going through all of the mindset lessons. We all would tremendously benefit from going through every one of the mindset lessons. So when you do the program, that's what you're doing. But it's tailored to you specifically because you're going to get what you need first. After going through self-knowledge, we're going to go right through your priority list. It's the same thing in strength training as a personal trainer when you do a needs analysis of someone. You need to see, okay, here's the person, they're trying to lose weight, they're trying to get stronger, whatever their goal is. And then you say, okay, what are their needs? You do a needs analysis, and then you make a priority order. It's the same thing with the mindset checklist. It's a needs analysis. You find the priority order. We see what mental muscles they're weak in, and we go through those first. And then down through the bottom, we go through where they're stronger. And the cool thing about that is it's not just about solving weaknesses. It's not just about fixing weaknesses. That's a big misconception with mindset training. It's every bit as much of finding what works and make it even better. All right, so when most people are highly successful, we're only as strong as our weakest link. That is true, but usually what makes us successful is what we're very strong at. Okay, so in other words, you look at people who are highly successful, they still have some weaknesses or relative weaknesses. They don't do everything well, Not every single thing, but they found where they're great and they've made themselves freaky, exceptional, excellent, outstanding. So it's finding what we already do well. A lot of times we're not conscious of it. So first it's drawing what we do well to our conscious awareness, and then taking it to the next level where we're excelling, where we build that good attribute into an excellent attribute. So that's the idea. It's not just about fixing problems. It's about taking what works and bringing it to the next level. Usually that's what makes people highly successful. Okay? Improving our weaknesses makes us more balanced. But what takes us usually to the top is finding what we're good at, what we already have a natural inclination towards, a natural talent, one of our gifts, and taking it to the next level, highly developing our gifts. So there's different mental muscles in the body, or different muscles in the body physically. There's different muscles for the mind, and you want your entire mind to be strong. So you want to make sure you go through every one of those 8 different mindset muscles and all the exercises that build it up. We'll see you tomorrow.